Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you like the video and subscribe as always. So, Joe Biden's approval rating has sunk, this time to 33% among Americans. Talk about embarrassing for the Biden administration. I mean, their approval rating right now is worse than Trump's approval rating after January 6th and his approval rating after the incident in Charlottesville, which is really a testament to how poorly the Biden administration has handled the situation. And as it turns out, many Americans are not a fan of record-high inflation, a crisis at our southern border, nor a botched pullout out of Afghanistan. Not to mention that the US is on the verge of a possible recession. Even Democratic voters have mixed feelings about Joe Biden. According to a new poll, 64% of Democrats do not want Joe Biden to run in 2024. 33% listed Biden's job performance as their primary reason, while 31% listed Biden's age as their primary reason. This is more apparent among young Democratic voters, with 94% of Democrats under 30 saying they do not want Biden to be the nominee. This basically means that the Democrats are backed into a corner. They could either take another Democratic candidate right now, or take Joe Biden. And as it seems, Joe Biden seems to be their best option. Because who else can they really run? Bernie Sanders? If he runs, he's going to split the Democratic vote and basically guarantee that the independents don't vote for him. Pete Buttigieg? Beto O'Rourke? None of those are going to be strong candidates when you want to run for president. Gavin Newsom might run, but he would do arguably much worse than Joe Biden, considering that California is so hated right now, and AOC would likely not run for presidency as well during that time. And there's Gretchen Whitmer, but the fact that she might lose her governorship in Michigan makes her a pretty weak candidate. So, realistically, the only other option is Kamala Harris, but her approval rating is even worse than Joe Biden. So unless Joe Biden unexpectedly passes away, that's not going to happen. In fact, Joe Biden has stated that he will run in 2024. So their best option is to get Joe Biden to run again. That's saying something, considering that his numbers are in the tank. And according to many new polls, if Trump were to run again in 2024, he would beat Joe Biden easily and win the popular vote. I mean, just to understand how insane that really is, Trump did not win the popular vote in 2016, and yet he won the election. Same goes for Bush when he won the election in 2000. Basically, in the modern era, Republicans have not won the popular vote. But the fact that one might have a high possibility of doing that is big news. I mean, if Trump wants to run, he could easily compare his administration to Biden's administration, which would give him a clear advantage over Joe Biden in a hypothetical 2024 election. But let's say Trump, for unexpected reasons, decides not to run for presidency a second time. Ron DeSantis, as many suggest, would also be an excellent frontrunner. Either way, Joe Biden's age and presidential performance will likely lead to him losing a potential 2024 matchup. If they take another nominee, it's likely that that person will do as bad as Joe Biden or lose in even more embarrassing fashion. I mean, even the mainstream media has turned on Joe Biden. Many mainstream outlets are now comparing him to Jimmy Carter. Now, for historical context, Jimmy Carter, when he left office, was one of the most unpopular presidents in American history. So having that comparison is really bad to say the least. He took office after a widely unpopular Nixon administration, but had a poor presidency that resulted in him being swept by Ronald Reagan. According to Ross Barkin from The Guardian, if Biden decides to run again, there will be a healthy open primary for the nomination. One problem for the Democrats is that the obvious frontrunner will be Biden's vice president, Kamala Harris. Though his poll numbers are slipping, Biden can still make the credible case that he can defeat Donald Trump a second time if Trump chooses to run again. Harris's polling numbers are as frail as Biden's, and she ran a very poor campaign for the presidency in 2019. Harris is simultaneously well-positioned to defeat any Democrat who takes her on, and is poorly suited for a general election, where she'd carry all the baggage of the Biden years without being able to summon the memory of Barack Obama, who Biden served with for 8 years. A Kamala Harris 2024 campaign for Democrats could end up the worst of all worlds. Once again, this is Philip with DomeTV, and thanks for watching.